it just never ends. My life has basically become a never ending series of taking two steps forward to take one. No, you know what? It's actually more like taking one step forward to take two steps back. And unfortunately, I have no control over any of it. Like, as you know, the last couple months have been really intense, especially the last month since I got radiotherapy. And it's always like some symptoms get better, but then others get worse. So everything just like it can never be all good at the same time. There are the very rare days where most things are better, but no, it just doesn't last. Like, as an example, yesterday sucked. That's why I didn't record a video yesterday, even though it was the 13-month anniversary of me being diagnosed, and I usually like to celebrate that. Celebrate the fact that I'm alive, think back about everything that I've been through and all the things I'm grateful for and everything. And I just did not have the energy for that yesterday. And most of the day kind of sucked. Like, it wasn't horrible or anything. It was just, you know, one of those days that sucks. And most of the day sucked. But at the end of the day, I ended up throwing up. Yep, I'm throwing up again. And that made me feel better. And as a result of that, I had a relatively decent, relatively restful night for a change. So that was nice. And when I woke up this morning, I'm like, I actually feel pretty good today. So that's good. I'm optimistic. Today will be a good day. And then a couple hours go by, and I throw up. And now it's another crappy day. So, because of the fact that I'm now throwing up again, and also started noticing a pattern of sometimes there's a little blood when I throw up, little blood, sometimes when I cough, little blood, sometimes when I blow my nose. Like, it's barely anything, so it's not something to worry about. But, because I've been throwing up and pretty much going back to not being able to really eat anything or barely anything, and when I do, it just comes back out. I'm like, all right, let's call my pivot nurse, let her know, let her, tell me if it seems worth it to go back to the emergency room or wait, if there's anything I can do. So give her a call, and the way that it works is she's always like busy running around doing stuff and things. So I always just like call, leave a message, and then usually within a few hours when she gets the message, she calls me back and then we discuss things. So I call her intending to leave a message, only to learn that from the 6th of July all the way to, I believe, the 23rd of July, she's not available. So I'm like, great, I can't even leave a message. So hang up, call the, main reception. They transfer me to the oncology nurse department. Of course, there's no one there, so leave a message. Someone eventually calls me back to say, oh, well, in the future, you can just leave a voicemail on your pivot nurse's message, and the person who's, taking over for her while she's away will check those messages and get back to you. I'm going to pass this message along, and she will call you back, hopefully today. So wait, a couple hours go by, she calls me back, I explain the entire situation. And of course, not just my my pivot nurse that's away, my doctor as well. So it's all right. Not only can I not speak to my pivot nurse, she or the nurse replacing her cannot speak to my doctor. So she needs to speak to a different oncologist and get his opinion on my situation. And then she's going to call me back and let me know what they think they can do. Because at this point, the explanation they came up with, the theory they came up with when I was in the emergency room last week is this is withdrawal because your body has become addicted to the medication you were taking to reduce the swelling in your head. And once you reach certain levels, sometimes you're going to get withdrawal symptoms. And this is what's happening right now. So we'll temporarily increase the dose and then slowly work our way back down until once again we eventually get to the point where you stop taking it completely. And for the first couple days, it seemed to work. But now I've been throwing up. I've thrown up 3 times in the last week. And same thing, no appetite, have to force myself to eat. When I do, it's like, either I throw up or I'm constipated or I have diarrhea or I have acid reflux. And it's just like my body cannot handle any food at this point. So I'm just like, all right, it seems like I'm going back to what I was before, which kind of means the theory they had before of this being withdrawal may not be accurate because since we re-increased the dose and I was fine at that dose before and I was fine at a lower dose before, it doesn't make sense for me to no longer be fine at that level. So hopefully eventually they'll be able to figure it out. But in the meantime, she's like, just keep doing what you're doing. Try to have small meals as much as you can, spread out throughout the day. That should help try to keep it down. Make sure you keep your fluids up and everything. I'll call you back once I speak to the oncologist, and we'll let you know what we think the best thing to do is. But it's just to come back to that principle I was talking about. It's like it feels like every time I take a step forward, it's just like no 2 steps back following that. It's like it's not even like 1 step forward, or it's not even like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, where you slowly gain progress. It feels like I'm going backwards at this point. Like I don't get it. And I feel like I'm just recording the same video over and over again, just saying the same thing over and over again, but that is my life. That is what I'm going through. And it's just like, yeah, okay, maybe it's boring to watch a video where I'm basically saying the same thing that I said in the last video, but put yourself in my shoes. Imagine living that. It's like whenever things get slightly better, it's like, nah, they're going to get worse. And then they get worse, and then they get worse, and then, oh, it gets a little better, but then it gets worse again, and it gets worse again. And it's just like, can we move on from this? Like, I don't understand why I'm going through this specifically. Like, overall, yes, cancer, the whole experience, all that. Like, yeah, okay, I get why that is happening. I get that I need to go through that experience to grow and become who I'm meant to be and everything. It's like, for the last month, what purpose is this serving? I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. What's the point of me being breathless all the time? What's the point of me coughing all the time? What's the point of me throwing up all the time and being constipated and having diarrhea? And it's like all these things. It's like, what is the point? It does not make sense. What am I supposed to learn from this? I don't know. I don't get it. It just sucks. So anyway, I'm pretty sure that given how yesterday sucked and today also sucks, I think for this month I'm just gonna skip the monthly retrospective of everything I've been through, just because life just has sucked for the last month and there's no point in talking about it. Like, yes, I am grateful for all the things I have, my wife, my friends, my family, my YouTube family, everyone who watches and comments and everything. And it's like I'm grateful for it, but I just don't have the energy, the mental capacity right now to just make a whole video on that, because I feel like I'd just be going through the motion. Like I would just say the words of gratefulness, but I wouldn't be able to feel it, because that's the thing. Like with everything I've been going through lately, it's just like it has robbed me of that sense of gratitude and happiness and gratefulness and joy, and enjoy, like the ability to enjoy life. It's just like I can't anymore. It's just that's gone away. And it's like I know it will come back eventually. I know things will get better eventually. I know everything is going to work itself out eventually, but it's just like after over a month of this, like over 2 months if you consider the symptoms before the radiotherapy, it's just like I just I'm done. Like I can't give up. I know I'm gonna keep going. I know everything's gonna be fine, but it's just like, yeah, for now it's like all I can do is endure. I'm in hell. It sucks. It's just nothing to do but survive until it's over. And then once it's over and things go back to normal, then I can, go back to being myself and being positive and happy and enjoying life and healing and inspiring people and everything. But up until then, it's like all I can do is just share the experience of how much this sucks. And I'm sorry if it's boring. Hopefully it's not. But yeah, I don't have the energy to do anything else. So In fact, like I don't even have the energy to respond to comments at this point. Like I haven't responded to I think the last two videos, and yesterday I posted just like a normal text post with an image and everything. It's like I'm sure people have commented on that, and I'm sure people are super nice and encouraging, and sending love and prayers and everything. And I am grateful for that. I don't have the energy to read them, to respond to them. I just don't have the energy for anything at this point. So yeah, that's my life at the moment. Talk to you at some point in the future. Yep, missed the button. It's not even funny anymore. Missed it again, still not funny.